to another edition of the RelationSHIFT Revelations series. This question asks, why do relationships fail? Really good question. Well, to me, it's when one of the partners is operating in a lower energy vibration or a negative version of themselves. I believe we all come here with a destiny. And when we are not in alignment with that destiny, we tend to operate in the negative version, which might show up as procrastination, laziness, controlling, just negative aspects that nobody really enjoys being around. But when you're living in the authentic, truest version of yourself, when you are the most authentic person you can be from the very beginning, and not a facade of what you think this guy or this girl needs, then you have set a foundation for a healthy relationship. But when you create a facade of who you are, just to meet the needs of this person that you think you have to do in order to have them, that is creating a false foundation and a very shaky, unstable foundation to a relationship. And the truth will always prevail. I think we've seen that in our lives. And your true self cannot be hidden for long. So if you are one of those people that have to pretend to be somebody else in order to get the guy or the girl to like you, that's your first mistake as to why relationships are failing. Just be yourself. Communication is another huge reason why relationships fail. People don't know how to communicate anymore. And it's got to go much deeper beyond the surface of your basic communication of, hey, how was your day? Yeah, work was good. It should be about our feelings. It should be about our thoughts. It should be about our perspectives, sharing insights and wisdom and through our experiences. And when we stop caring about the other person's perspectives and insights and their wisdom, they'll fall behind, or they'll leave you behind. Another reason why relationships fail is a lack of self-awareness. If you can't be self-aware enough to admit you've made a mistake, or admit where you have a weakness, or admit where you could use an improvement, or admit where you have some learning to do or healing to do in that area, when you have self-awareness, all those things that cause problems in relationships work themselves out. It's when you don't have self-awareness that they become bigger issues. When you start being in denial of those things and you slip it under the rug, and next thing you know, you're blowing up, or your partner's blowing up because they can't handle the lack of healing that is happening, or the lack of awareness, or they can't handle the situation any longer. There are a lot of reasons why relationships fail. These are the foundational reasons, in my experience, why they fail. We'd love to hear some of your insights and your experiences in your failed relationships.
The third question in our RelationSHIFT Revelations is the question, why do relationships fail? And what Spirit is showing me is that there is not a proper balance. There's some type of imbalance. It just seems like one partner in the relationship, one person in the relationship is moving in a different direction. And initially, that direction was interesting to the other partner. But as one of the partners continues to grow, develop, maybe move out of the 3D and move more into the 5D, they're just no longer able to go along to get along. Or perhaps they would feel stuck staying always in the 3D and not being able to spread their wings and perhaps fill the mission that they came here to fulfill. At least according to numerology, The belief is that you pick the day that you're born on, so you know exactly what your birth path would be prior to coming into this incarnation. And it's possible that that partner or that relationship was selected knowing that there were agreements, perhaps past karma, and different lessons that a person could learn while they were here, on the path that they're currently on. And Spirit is saying that a lot of times memories can keep someone stuck in the past. They're perhaps playing a loop, a role, something that they're stumbling over, which could be a karmic lesson that they're here to learn. And perhaps by the time the relationship fails, either they've learned the lesson or the failure of the relationship is the reason that they're starting to wake up to the possibility that, hey, this could be a tendency that I have, a way that I always act that's not conducive, and I need to learn a different way to do things. That's what Spirit is really saying. That here in this 3D world that we're in, there's a lot of opportunities to, play the victim, play the hero, the villain, just myriad of different roles that you can play here when you're on the 3D spectrum. And then when one of the partners maybe opens up, or the pain could become too much, or infidelity. There's just so many reasons why a relationship fails in the physical. But spiritually, Spirit is saying that it's more of agreements that were made prior to coming into this incarnation, and then also plans that you made with your soul family for things that you wanted to learn while you were here in this 3D world. So it's not a simple question, and it's not a cut and dry. It would definitely be dependent on each individual relationship. Why did that relationship fail? But overall, I'm just maybe painting with broad brushstrokes what Spirit is trying to say. But there's definitely a lot behind that question. But again, it would be an individual relationship that would determine exactly why that specific relationship failed. So I hope that helps. I hope it made sense. And please share in the comments any of your successes or stories around relationships and maybe some of your learnings through those experiences. I would love to hear that. Take care. Bye-bye.